Good morning, students. Myself, Rehna Baby. I'm here to teach you chemistry. You already completed the first chapter. Now I'm going to start with the second chapter, that is acid, bases and salt. So the chapter name is acid, bases and salt. In your previous classes, or in class 9 or class 8, you might have learned about elements, atoms and compounds. Till now, almost 150 elements were discovered. These elements combine to form different compounds. For example, the elements like hydrogen and oxygen combine in a specific ratio to form water, that is H2O. Two elements of hydrogen combine with one atom of oxygen to form H2O. Like that, carbon and oxygen in a specific ratio. Carbon is an element, oxygen is also an element. These elements combine in a specific ratio to form carbon dioxide. This is also a compound. So, different elements combine to form different compounds. Based on the chemical property of these compounds like water, carbon dioxide, these compounds can be classified into acid, bases and salt. So, based on the chemical properties of the compounds, they can be classified into acids, bases and salt. So, based on the chemical property, compounds can be classified into acids, bases and salt. Then how you will distinguish whether a given substance is acid or base? In class 9 practical section, you might have used the litmus paper or any indicators. Litmus paper is a type of indicator. So, indicators are the substances that are used to distinguish whether a given substance is acid or base. So, we are going to discuss about indicators in detail. Indicators. Indicators are the substances that are used to distinguish a given compound is acid or base depending on the color change. Sometimes an indicator gives a color in acidic solution and the color may change in the basic solution. So based on the color change, we can identify the given substance is an acid or base. So indicators can be defined as the substances that are used to distinguish a given substance is acidic or basic depending on the color change. Okay, now we are going to discuss about the types of indicator. Okay, there are commonly three types of indicator. First one is natural indicator. First type is natural. From the name itself, we can understand what is meant by a natural indicator. Natural indicators are those indicators or those substances which are obtained from the nature itself or from animal body or plant material. We are obtaining those indicators or those substances. They are termed as natural indicator. Okay, so the major examples of natural indicators are litmus. Litmus is actually obtained from a plant called lichen. Litmus is obtained from a plant called lichen. So, litmus is a natural indicator. The neutral color of litmus is purple. For our convenience, we are changing the litmus to red as well as blue color. You are familiar with the red litmus paper and blue litmus paper that is available in our laboratory. If we are using a red litmus paper to identify whether a substance is acid or base, how can we identify them? If we are using a strip of red litmus paper, the red litmus paper remain red in acidic solution. Okay, the red litmus paper changes to blue color in basic solution. Red litmus changes to blue in basic solution. Okay. If we are using a blue litmus paper, what will be the change in color? Blue litmus changes to red in acidic solution and blue remain blue in basic solution. So from this color change, we can identify whether a given substance or a given solution is acid or base. A red changes to red in acidic solution. A red changes to blue in basic solution. Okay. Blue changes to red in acidic solution, or blue litmus paper remain blue in basic solution. Is the point clear? Now I am going to explain the second natural indicator, that is turmeric. The second natural indicator is turmeric. Turmeric means haldi. What's the color of turmeric? Turmeric is having an yellow color. Yellow color. In acidic medium and basic medium, we have to discuss what is the color change. Okay. Acid as well as base. Turmeric is having an yellow color. All of you know that if our cloth is having a turmeric stain, what will be the color of that stain? It is having a yellow color. When we are washing it with soap, that means soap is actually a base, sodium hydroxide or potassium hydroxide. When we are washing that stain with yellow stain with a soap, what happens? This yellow color changes to a red color. This yellow color changes to a red. That means the yellow turmeric changes to red color in basic medium, and the yellow turmeric remain yellow in acidic medium. Okay, so the second example of natural indicator is turmeric. Turmeric is having an yellow color. The yellow color remains yellow in acidic solution and changes to red in basic solution. Okay, clear? Now I am going to explain the second type of indicator, that is synthetic indicator. Second type is synthetic. From the name itself, we can define what is meant by synthetic indicators. Synthetic indicators are those indicators which are prepared from chemicals in laboratory. First one is natural, that is obtained from the nature itself. Second classification is synthetic indicator. It is prepared in a laboratory. In labs, we are using two types of synthetic indicators. First one is methyl orange. Methyl orange. The neutral color of methyl orange is orange. Color is orange. We have to discuss the color change in acidic and basic solution. Okay. So, methyl orange is having a neutral color orange. When we are adding a drop, methyl orange is actually available in a liquid form. When we are adding a drop of methyl orange to a given solution, if it is acid, the orange color changes to red. The orange color of the methyl orange changes to red, and if we are adding the methyl orange, one drop of methyl orange to a basic solution, what happens? The orange color changes to yellow. Okay. So, the first example of synthetic indicator is methyl orange. Methyl orange is having a neutral color orange, or it is having a orange color, and the orange color changes to red in the presence of an acid and changes to yellow in the presence of a base. And the second example of synthetic indicator is phenolphthalein. Phenolphthalein. This is the second synthetic indicator. So, phenolphthalein is colorless. It is just appearing like water. It is colorless. If we are adding phenolphthalein to an acid, or 1 or 2 drop of phenolphthalein to an acidic solution, it remains colorless itself. Remain colorless. If we are adding 1 or 2 drop of phenolphthalein to a basic solution, it changes to purple color, or developing a light violet color. Okay, from this color change, we can identify whether a given solution is an acid or base. So, the second example of synthetic indicator is phenolphthalein. It is having a colorless nature or colorless appearance, and the colorless solution remain colorless in acidic solution and purple. It will develop a purple or light violet color in basic solution. So, from this color change, we can easily distinguish them. Okay. And the third type of indicator is olfactory indicators. Third category is olfactory indicators. The first two types, that is synthetic and natural indicators, we are distinguishing a given solution as acidic or basic depending on the color change. There is an exception in this case, olfactory indicator. There is an exception. Olfactory means the term related to the sense of smell. So olfactory indicators are working on the principle of giving different smell or different olfactory experiences in different solution. Like acidic solution, it is giving one characteristic smell, and in basic solution the smell may change. Okay. The two examples of olfactory indicators are, one is onion. All of you know that onion is having a characteristic smell. In the presence of an acid, the smell of the onion remains the same. There will be no change in the smell of onion or onion extract. But in the presence of a base, the smell get destroyed. The smell of the onion get destroyed in the presence of a base. Okay, second example of olfactory indicators is vanilla extract. All of you are familiar with the smell of vanilla. Okay, if we are using a vanilla extract as an olfactory indicator, in the acidic solution, the smell remains same. And in the basic solution, the smell is destroyed or the smell get decreased. At that time, we can identify the solution is a base. Okay, is that point clear? In this class, we discussed about indicators. What is meant by indicators? The classification, three classification. First one is natural indicator. Then what are the examples of natural indicator? Second type, that is synthetic indicators, and we discussed the examples. And third one is olfactory indicators. Okay, in your book there is a question, NCERT question is given in your book. You have to read that question and you have to try to attempt that question. Okay, then you have to read the textbook properly in order to understand what all things are given in your book. Okay, this is all about indicators.